to the EQ Video Tip. I'm your host, Eric Forsetter. We're at the second half of a great episode on EQ. Let's jump into the goals before we get into today's lesson. Welcome back. We're at the second half of a great episode from Justin Bariso of Inc.com, who talks about things that emotionally intelligent people do. We're going to focus on the second half of that right now. Our first tip, they commend others. Emotionally intelligent people look for the good in other people. They then share this and praise them. And that's really important because they focus on nurturing others' potential. And by doing so, they create a positive, self-fulfilling prophecy for themselves as well as those other people. Our next tip is a great one. They deliver necessary feedback in an effective manner. Negative feedback has a potential to crush morale and hurt people's feelings. Realizing this, emotionally intelligent people take the time to reframe criticism, bring it into a constructive and positive manner so the recipient sees it not only as helpful, but something that will make the entire team and everyone else better. Our next tip, they apologize. I'm sorry. It can be the most difficult words to say in the English language, or in any language for that matter. I know this because I have trouble with it, as well as I watch my children, and they struggle at times to say they're sorry. But emotionally intelligent people realize the power of these words. And not only do they realize the power of them, they use them to make them more likable in the long run. Using I'm sorry and admitting mistakes when they happen, because they happen to all of us, is a great EQ lesson. Our next tip, and very similar to what we just talked about, apologizing, but this one is they forgive and forget. Hanging on to resentment is like leaving a knife inside a wound. While the offending party moves on with their life, you never get yourself a chance or give yourself a chance to heal. By forgiving and forgetting, emotionally intelligent people move on and prevent themselves from being taken emotionally hijacked or hostage in the long run. So forgive and forget. Our next tip, they tell good stories. Realizing this, emotionally intelligent people take the time to use anecdotes and narratives to bring numbers, facts, ideas to life. Those illustrations and real-life examples touch other people. They find a way to connect with them, and ultimately, it leads to the motivation for this group of individuals. Think about how you can relate to others by telling a great story and motivating them. Our last tip, they embrace diversity. Emotionally intelligent people endeavor to learn from those who are different from them. They realize that people who are different from them are those that they can learn the most from. So they go out of their way to ensure that they have a diverse group of friends, a diverse group of people in the workplace, so they can better understand the world that we live in. Try to embrace diversity as you continue in your EQ journey. That's a wrap for our double feature of this week. There are so many amazing tips. We're going to put them here in this next slide for you to take a look at. Take time to look at them, study them, and then make them your own, as it will hopefully 10x your EQ. So that concludes our EQ video tip for today. Try incorporating some of these tips into your daily routine. But remember, use what works best for you and personalize it for yourself. Thank you always to our great research team for providing us with some great tips today. As always on EQ Video Tip, we want to end with gratitude. So thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. Here are some resources that you can use if you want more information on EQ going forward. Thank you again, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Thank you.